And Ken Dedes, by all accounts, was the most beautiful woman that has ever lived anywhere in the world, ever since and ever will be. Good morning. That's how I feel this morning. Oh, I don't know what happened. Hi, morning. I don't know what happened. I put my head on the pillow at 9 o'clock last night and I was out completely. I was gone. But I'm still tired this morning. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. It could have something to do with the fact that the hotel I'm staying at is haunted. That could have something to do with it. Check this little creek out. But yeah, I'm in Malang, a little north of Malang actually, in a place called Polowijen, which used to be called Polowijen, which used to be called the Tumapel Kingdom. Hi, what? Got me a nice cup of coffee. The hotel I'm staying at, the haunted one, it only has tea. And I can't survive without coffee. Hotelku hanya punya teh. Dan teh. Saya perlu kopi ya. Polowijen. Dulu bernama Polowijen. Dan Polowijen adalah ya. Kamu tahu tentang mereka? Sorry, Anda tahu tentang Ken Dedes?
Oh, I know.
You do?
Saya ambil. You see.
Okay, cool. Thank you. This guy says he's got something to show me about Ken Dedes.
Look, Ken Dedes adalah temple. The temple Ken Dedes.
Ken Dedes.
This is Ken Dedes, this is Singasari Temple.
Wow. Perempuan yang paling tercantik pernah
Indonesia dulu.
in bumi. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. So nice to meet you. Senang bertemu. Yeah, nice to meet you, very. Cross? Oh, shortcut. All right, he's going to take us on a shortcut. In Polowijen. Hey, how are you?
Hello, yo. Yes.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Hey.
Good. Nice to see you. Indah.
Okay.
All right, see you. Oh, wow. Indah. Wow, beras? Hai. Beras itu, ah?
Ya.
Ya.
Ari tadi.
Oh, wow, cool.
Padi.
Beras di bahasa Jawa?
Ya.
Padi sama
Padi. Oh, padi, ya.
sebelum beras.
Sebelum beras, ya.
Beras. Padi.
Padi. Cool, thank you, huh?
Ya.
Yeah, in Indonesia, rice has many names. You know, in English, we just call it rice. But in Indonesia, you've got padi, which is when the rice still has the husk on it. And then it becomes beras when it's like sold in the store. And then it becomes nasi when it's cooked and ready to eat. In English, we just say rice for all of those stages of its life. But look at this, we're in a cemetery. Check this out. Ini adalah pohon yang paling indah. Wow, look at that tree. That is an amazing looking tree. Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
Berbahaya. Wow, just a monkey sitting out on the street saying, no, careful. Wow. Berbahaya.
Virusnya berbahaya.
Ya, mereka punya gigi.
Polowijen ya.
Ya, ya, ya. Oke.
Sekarang Polowijen.
Polowijen.
Betul, Mister.
Ya.
Awas bentuk.
Ya, saya sedikit tinggi. Oh, look at all those ants.
Agak dengklek.
Oh, check this out. This is a Yoni, I think. That to me looks like a Yoni, I would say. You know, when we were at the Galuh site and we saw the throne of the king there, Manada, and his predecessors, there was a big phallus that was in front of the throne that symbolized power. Well, this is the Yoni, which is the other side of the phallus. And the belief system is that with the power that the phallus has is incomplete without the other power, the power of the Yoni.
This watu gong, stone gong.
Oh yeah, look at that, a gong.
This Majapahit.
Oh yeah,
Maca itu.
yeah,
Oh,
buah Majapahit.
Buah Majapahit ini.
Yeah, this is the fruit that the Majapahit kingdom is named after. Hey, mister, how are you?
Makan.
Makan? Saya sudah, good. Enak?
Enak.
Good.
Dari mana?
Dari Amerika.
Alhamdulillah. Amerika Serikat atau Amerika?
Amerika, negara Amerika? Amerika,
Serikat enggak?
oh, kota.
Iya.
Kota Danau Garam.
Silakan.
Okay, thank you. Terima kasih.
Ya.
All right, so yeah, back when this was in the Tumapel kingdom, this would have been known as Polowijen. And the Tumapel kingdom was this kingdom that was like a kingdom controlled by folks all the way over in Kadiri. So there's this town or city like 100 miles west of here called Kadiri, and the king there ruled this kingdom here. Well, it wasn't really a kingdom at that point, right? Okay, so there was a family living in Kadiri, all the way back there, like I just said. Hi. A family living there, and the father's name was Empu, so he was an Empu Purwa. So Empu Purwa didn't like the king of Kadiri at the time. He thought his ways of ruling were a bit too cruel. So he took his family and he left. A lot of other families, a lot of other priests, Empus like Empu Purwa, they left. They left Kadiri, and Empu Purwa ended up here. Actually, literally right here, right where we're standing. Maybe not exactly right in this rice paddy, but right here. Empu Purwa settles down in this town, and he has a couple kids, and one of those kids born here, her name was Ken Dedes. And Ken Dedes, by all accounts, was the most beautiful woman that has ever lived anywhere in the world ever since and ever will be. Halo. Saya mencari Ken Dedes. Dia tinggal di sini, no?
Oh iya, di sana.
Ya, saya bisa bertemu dengan dia. Saya mendengar bahwa dia adalah
Petilasannya.
Saya mendengar bahwa dia adalah perempuan yang paling cantik.
Iya.
Ya, saya mau bertemu dengan dia.
Loh, sudah nggak ada orang.
Oh, saya. Oke. Saya mencari.
Siarannya langsung ya?
Ya, ini untuk YouTube. Ya, saya membuat video tentang sejarah. Ya,
Oke.
dan hari ini saya mau lihat semua itu tentang sejarah Ken Dedes.
Sejarahnya, orangnya sudah nggak ada.
Tidak mengerti, sorry, maaf.
Oh. Gak mengerti apa ya Pak?
Ya.
Ini yang Dedes ini.
Anda adalah Ken Dedes?
Iya. Bukan
Oh, senang bertemu Ken Dedes. Mirip Ken Dedes. Oke.
Ini Ken Dedesnya, ini.
Oh, ini adalah Ken Dedes. Ya, nice to meet you. Senang bertemu.
Aku tak lihat apa YouTube-nya, channel YouTube.
Channel kecil. Saya bisa menulis jika Anda punya. Ya, Anda punya. Cool. Thank you, ha. Saya berjalan-jalan. Oke, thank you. Senang bertemu. Ken Dedes di sana.
Wilayah sini.
Oke, cool.
Itu cucunya Ken Dedes itu, Mbak itu.
Dia,
Ya,
ya,
urutan ke-10.
ya, saya lihat yang dia mirip
Iya.
seperti Ken Dedes. One day, her dad, the Empu, he's got to go on like a little business trip. Whatever it is that Empus do, he's got to leave home. So he sets off, and there's this guy from another village not too far from here named Tunggul Ametung. Tunggul Ametung has heard all about how beautiful this Ken Dedes is. So he decides one day, hey, I'm going to go down and come over to Polowijen, as it was called then. I'm going to go to Polowijen, and I'm going to see this Ken Dedes girl. So he gets to the house, and he sees her, and he's immediately smitten. And he says, I got to marry you. I have to marry you. And Ken Dedes is like, well, my dad's not home, so you're going to have to come back later. Hi. Hello. So he's like, when is that? I don't know if I can wait that long. Hi, lady. All right, so he's like, I got to marry you. She's like, no, you got to wait till my dad gets home. Well, he can't wait. He's like, I can't wait. You're going to be my bride. He kidnaps her and takes her home to his town a little ways that way. So when the Empu Purwa, finally makes it home, and is like, where's my daughter? What happened to Ken Dedes? And the town's like, yeah, the guy, Tunggul Amatung from up there in Singasari, he came down here and he kidnapped her because he said he needed to marry her. And of course, Empu is furious. And he like blames the whole town. Why didn't you guys do anything? And they're like, because he's Tunggul Amatung. What are we supposed to do? And he sets a curse. He sets a curse that Tunggul Amatung would die by a keris, that he would be stabbed to death by a keris. And that was his curse.
Aduh, Amerika, jauh.
Ya, ya, jauh. Ya, sangat jauh.
Oh, sama siapa di sini?
Saya sampai di sini kemarin. Ya.
Tidur di mana?
Dari Jakarta.
Di Jakarta.
Ya.
Enggak masalah.
Oh.
Jadi kayak saya Katolik. Enggak apa-apa. Yang penting satu ke Tuhan, ya kan.
Oh.
Berdoanya.
Kamu Islam atau Katolik?
Saya Islam.
Islam, oke. Okay.
Nah, tapi saya enggak, walaupun banyak bermacam agama, saya merangkul.
Seseorang.
Enggak membedakan.
Ya, good. Saya suka Anda. Saya sama.
Ya, tadi ada teman-teman, ada orang-orang saya
ya.
teman, tapi yang baik.
Saya
friend, best friend, semua friend. Tadi Hindu atau Katolik, Bunda dari Bali Hindu. Marilah kita yang baik.
Teman-teman.
Ya.
Look at that. So Tunggul Amatung was from here. We're in Singasari now. Tunggul Amatung was this sort of ruler of the Tumapel kingdom, if you will, because really, remember, he's kind of a mid-level ruler because the real leadership of this area came from Kadiri, the kingdom in Kadiri. This temple was probably not here at the time. It wouldn't get built till a little bit later, a few years later. Now, being this mid-level politician didn't mean he didn't have political power, and it didn't mean he didn't have influence. He had a huge staff, and one of his staff was a guy named Ken Dedes. Now, Ken Dedes actually wasn't from here. He was actually from Kadiri. He was born there. He has an interesting background too. This guy, Ken Dedes, he was born and his parents kind of gave him up. So he was adopted into another family, and that family happened to be a criminal family. And so he was raised by criminals basically, and they taught him how to be a criminal. And then at some point in his life, he had to flee Kadiri because he was an outlaw. So he flees Kadiri and ends up here. Ken Dedes meets this priest named Logahwe. This guy was living here in Singasari, but he was actually from India. And he kind of takes Ken Dedes under his wing, gets Ken Dedes established into the bureaucracy, and he becomes like a bodyguard basically. And he ends up being a bodyguard to Tunggul Amatung. Check out that. Well, with Ken Dedes working on the staff of Tunggul Amatung, you can imagine he's seen Ken Dedes a few times. And remember, she's the most beautiful person that's ever lived. One day, Tunggul Amatung and his forced bride, Ken Dedes, they go for a little stroll out in the country. Ken Dedes happens to catch a glimpse of Ken Dedes when she's bathing. And now he was already smitten before, but now he's even more smitten. He eventually, after this trip is all over with, he gets back, he goes and sees his old priest friend, teacher, Logahwe, and he has a conversation with him about what he saw. And Logahwe says, I know what this is. She's not just an ordinary mortal, all right? She is a special person in the universe, and she will go on to give birth to kings of Java. So, now Ken Dedes, he was smitten before, he became more smitten later, but now he has to have Ken Dedes. But she's already married, and actually so is Ken Dedes, but Ken Dedes is married to Tunggul Amatung. That's a serious problem. How does he get past that? Another little Majapahit tree. Maybe there's some significance in that. But anyway, yeah. Ken Dedes, he's got this criminal background, he's pretty sly, and he comes up with a plan. And he goes and he finds this guy named, another an Empu named Empu Gandring, and he orders this special keris, a special dagger. And he says it needs to be imbued with magical powers that I could kill someone with it with one stroke. And, Empu Gandring says, that's gonna take months, and he starts working on it, and months go by, and finally Ken Dedes is like, where is this keris? I need this keris. And he starts to suspect that Empu Gandring is maybe holding out on him a bit. Maybe Empu Gandring is caught on to what Ken Dedes' plans are. So Ken Dedes gets pissed, he grabs the keris, he stabs Empu Gandring, killing him. And Empu Gandring, as he's dying, he curses Ken Dedes and says, you're going to be cursed to die by keris as well. And there seems to be a lot of that going on, right? First Empu Purwa curses Tunggul Amatung, now Empu Gandring curses Ken Dedes. Anyway, he's got this curse, but more importantly, he's got this keris.
So when do we start about this temple, right?
Yeah, this temple is a tomb for...
It's tomb for Kertanegara.
Kertanegara.
Kertanegara is a Singasari king who envisioned the first idea of uniting or conquering all islands of Indonesia. He's the one who have the vision of Dwipantara and Gajah Mada enrich it as Nusantara action. It's actually his tomb, Kertanegara's tomb, and it's made by Gajah Mada in actually for 4th centuries, if I'm not mistaken. And there's actually an inscription here that Gajah Mada built this temple for Kertanegara, but the inscription is not here, it's in the museum, maybe in Museum Singasari or in the National Museum in Jakarta. Very
cool. I love your flag scarf that you got going on. Majapahit, there's a Majapahit tree right on the other corner over there.
Yeah, that's a Maja tree, bitter Maja. Majapahit, bitter Maja, it's like that.
I love it.
Actually I made this myself.
Really? That's very cool.
Yeah. You know,
I like how it's almost the American flag
like,
too.
Like the stitches, you know. Look at
Oh
the
yeah,
stitches.
look at that.
I made it myself.
Very cool. Well done.
I made it myself. So.
All right, hey, it was really nice meeting you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to meet another history enthusiast.
Well, yeah. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you too.
All right, where were we in the story? Oh yeah. Kenarok had just stabbed Empu Gandring. Well, he takes this Chris, takes it and he gives it to one of his buddies. He gives it to one of his buddies on the security detail where he works. This guy that he knew really loved Carisses. Hi. And this guy's ecstatic about it and he's showing it off to everybody, and it's a very unique looking Caris. And he's showing it off to everybody, and Kenarok is just waiting for the time when it's pretty established that this Caris belongs to this other guy and not to Kenarok. Hey. So when Kenarok thinks the time is right, he sneaks into this guy's house, steals the Caris back, goes to Tunggul Amatung's house, stabs him, and leaves the dagger in the body of Tunggul Amatung. The next morning, when the town wakes up, they go to Tunggul Amatung's house, they see the body with the dagger in it, and everyone knows, oh, that's this other guy's dagger. So they go and arrest him. Cool. Apa nama dia?
Arca Dwarapala.
Ar
Arca Dwarapala.
Arca Dwarapala. Okay, cool. Cool, thank you. Look at that. Imagine what that must have looked like before. Wow, that's so big. Check that out. That's me standing next to him. Stopped and had a nice little coffee. Some very nice people. It's hard to pay for things here. I sit down, I get a cup of coffee, get a drink. People insist on paying for me. I feel guilty not paying. I try to beg that I can pay for the coffee, but man, the country is so friendly. I keep telling you that. You guys got to come here and experience this for yourself. Yeah, so where were we in the story? Yeah, so the colleague's arrested. That's where we were. Colleague's arrested. Kenarok shows up. Before his colleague can say anything, say like, hey, this wasn't me, that was Kenarok's knife. I had nothing to do with it. Before he can say any of that, Kenarok stabs him. And the whole town's happy. Everyone's happy that he avenged the death, the murder of Tunggul Amatung, even though it was really him. Trying to figure out where we should go, but I think we just keep going straight. Anyway, they're so happy, he ends up replacing Tunggul Amatung. And then he marries Ken Dedes. And they go on to found the Rajasa family dynasty. And one of the things they do with this Rajasa family dynasty is they launch an attack against Kediri. And they're successful. And remember how I said at the beginning of this story that here Tumapel was a subject sort of place to the Kediri kingdom? Well, now it's the reverse. Now Kediri is subject to here, which is now known as the Singasari kingdom. Oh look, here's Ken Dedes Alley number 4. All right, so now we've got Ken Dedes. Hi. Oh, pants. A man with no pants. Hey, don't crash. So now we've got this new dynasty that's now the main kingdom in the area here in Malang. ruling even the kingdoms out in Kediri. Hi again. How are you? This dynasty, the Rajasa family dynasty, would go on to give birth to kings just as was prophesied. Saya, oh, apa itu? Pisang? Bala-bala? Bala-bala?
Ya.
Oh, cool. No, saya mina. Saya terlalu, what's the word?
Oh ya.
Yeah, saya diet.
Ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Halo, Mister.
Halo, lady.
Halo.
Apa kabar? Piye kabare?
Sehat-sehat.
Halo. Piye kabare?
Baik-baik saja, Mister. Mister dari mana?
Dari Amerika.
Oh, iya, saya Indonesia.
Kalian dari Singasari?
Iya.
Keturunan Ken Dedes? Ya.
Cantik saya.
Ya. Saya ya. Mirip. Ya. Ya, mirip. Kedua. Ya, sangat cantik. Saya
Nggak minum es degan? Es degan?
saya saja minum di sana.
Oh,
Ya. Kopi. Halo. Look.
di video. Dengerin ya.
More keturunan
Keturunan Ken Dedes Singasari.
keturunan Ken Dedes. Nice.
Sama-sama lihat aku.
As a side note to this story, when Ken Arok killed Tunggul Amatung, Ken Dedes was already pregnant with a baby from Tunggul Amatung. And that kid grew up and eventually found out what happened and found out the truth. And obviously he wanted revenge, and somehow he got that same keris, the keris that was used to kill Tunggul Amatung, and he killed Ken Arok with it, thereby fulfilling the curse from Empu Gandring. Look at all this. This is cool, huh?
17 Agustus for
Singasari?
Independence Day for
Oh, Ken Arok?
kenapa ini bukan dering
Tunggul Amatung?
Tunggu Amatung mati duluan. Habis ini dulu ya mati ya.
Ya, ini adalah Ken Arok?
Bukan ini kan Arok.
Ken Arok.
Ini bukan
Tunggul
yang
Amatung.
bikin
Oh, Empu Gandring. Oh, so this is a picture of Ken Arok when he's killing the Empu Gandring. That's a spoiler. And that is the magical keris dagger that Empu Gandring made. Oh, ini adalah Tunggul Amatung.
Kampung sini lukisannya ya ini.
Yeah, that's cool. Keren.